And we are based in Gurgaon, around 9 people. And what we're essentially doing is kind of summarized by just one slide: mobile solutions for the enterprise. It's more like rather than just starting from explaining the product, what I would start with is the startup journey. Around 2 years back, we started this startup, and I didn't have any prior experience in mobile. I was more like a server-side Java guy, and we thought, okay, Java, it works on Windows, it works on Linux, and when you come to mobile and you develop an application and you send it across to your friend who has a Nokia phone, and you might have developed that application on Sony Ericsson. And you might be excited, okay, this application works on Sony Ericsson, uses Java, and it works seamlessly on Nokia. And then the guy sends you an email back, okay, the application doesn't work. And this is the common problem when you are developing any mobile application, whether it's an enterprise application, whether it's a consumer application. And this is a problem that we faced while we were trying to develop more like something like a blog reader on mobiles around 3 years back. So what happens normally is, in any enterprise, when you're developing any application, you kind of write it from scratch. It's a custom application which works with the enterprise server, and if you try to estimate the cost for developing such an application, even a mobile game which is, let's say, supported on 200 handsets or 300 handsets, might cost $1 million. And what people do to reduce cost, offshore it. And if you kind of even offshore to India, you can't imagine the cost, like on per handset, per device, the cost for testing or just the cost for testing the application might vary from $200 to $400. And if you can estimate like 400 devices, 300 devices, then the cost escalates. So one is the cost factor, and the second thing is time factor. If you want to kind of test it on every device, it's a big problem, it's a huge problem. And so to develop any kind of a minimal application, it takes maybe 2 to 3 months. And what we are trying to reduce is reduce those 2 to 3 months to maybe 2 to 3 weeks. So what we are essentially doing is, we have something like a custom application, a mobile application, something. It's more like a framework, where things are on the server side and on the mobile side, and anything that you want to pull from the enterprise database, from web, RSS, XML, using any API, audio, video, images, you just modify things on the server side, and the client side automatically assets all that thing and customizes itself. So let's say when the first time a user authenticates, his username login password will go to the server, and the server will determine what kind of user he is, and then it will send back the whole state of the user to the device, to the mobile phone. And so the mobile phone essentially just acts as more like a state keeper. You don't need to develop anything on the mobile. It's like a custom client which can work across devices, and then you just modify your server-side logic, some form of plugins, and then the entire thing works. And this kind of reduces your time effort for developing any application, whether it's any enterprise application for integrating with a CRM database, or it's an application which takes, let's say, maybe a newsletter or maybe an email client. Okay, everything can be developed maybe within just 2 to 3 weeks. Actually, I wanted to show you a demo for a particular application. Somehow the proxy settings are not working with the emulator. But what I'm showing here is a helpdesk application which we built using this platform within around 3 weeks. So it's like and helpdesk application is something like you have an operator, a customer calls to the operator, logs in his complaint, okay, and then there are service engineers who are on the way and trying to look for what the service engineers get are printouts essentially today. They get the printout of complaints on a daily basis. They sort out the complaints, go back in the evening, and tell, okay, we have solved these complaints. What this application is, on the mobile phone, on a GPRS handset, the engineer is able to get all the open calls or assigned calls Okay, he can even actually hear the actual audio of the complaint that has been logged by the customer. So there is no misinformation between the service engineer as well as the uh, as well as the operator who is actually logging the complaint. Okay, and then there are other support for something like collaboration, like forums. So if you want to have forums like support, so it provides all those support it has like inbuilt support for forums and group messaging, or if you want to do something like messaging on one-to-one end. Okay, you want to do SMS, you want to do a contact list. It provides, let's say, in a mobile environment, it's very important to have like online offline support. You don't have networks which support, let's say, 24-hour connectivity like your broadband or on your PC. So the platform automatically provides you capability if you have offline online support. So any updates that you get or any stuff that you get is automatically stored on the phone, and the user doesn't need to connect once it gets downloaded. So, the platform automatically takes into account device segmentation and kind of see, okay, what kind of device it is, does things, adapts things accordingly. So I'm just giving you kind of screenshots right now because I'm not able to run. I have the application on my mobile phone. I can give you a demo. So it's more like the engineer view, which has like open calls, assigned calls. He can specify, okay, when he's going to attend the call, and then once he specifies, the updates are sent to the customer or to the manager. And similarly, he can change the status. I mean, this is more like a manager view where you can on a mobile phone keep track of stuff. So similarly, there are like 4 or 5 different views. So it's more like an executive view, or let's say where you can actually search for a particular engineer and say, okay, what are his pending calls, what are his assigned calls. And so similarly, customer can keep track of his uptime reports. And so it's more like, so if I say these are more like there are like 5 different views for particular users, and the entire application we built within a period of 2 to 3 weeks using our platform. It provides like third-party authentication. It provides support for collaboration, audio, video, and so I mean right now we have this prototype or helpless application which is being deployed, which has already been deployed at one place as a test pilot, and we are looking to we're talking with 2 or 3 other guys to kind of make a test deployment for similar scenario. We do have other products more like a mobile social network, and all of these click and share audio and video from phone and send it via SMS or maybe send it via email. And all these different applications actually make use of the same platform, and it kind of reduces your time as well as development effort, cost effort by a significant margin. And this is the kind of USP that we offer, that Wirkle offers, and yeah, that's mainly it. And if you want to kind of see any other demos, then yeah, you can either go to linkedinsurf.com. This is a platform, and it shows you like customer applications, consumer-based applications like the social network on mobiles, and or you can track the company at Wirkle.com, or contact me at sunil@wirkle.com if you have any queries related to like the products that we have.
Thank you, Arun.